Hi, hello, my dear students. Welcome back to our Physics Truth Loka channel. Never before, ever after. Physics Truth Loka channel makes you to learn physics at the speed of light. So let's not waste the time and straight away go into the topic. So yesterday we learned about physics and classification of physics. So in the classification of physics, we learned that physics was classified into classical physics and modern physics. The physics which was developed before 1900 AD, it is called classical physics. We learned. So in that classical physics, we learned we are going to learn about classical mechanics, electromagnetism, optics, and all these things. So classical mechanics, we are going to learn. So classical mechanics, in order to introduce, let's discuss some general things here. Suppose here a particle is there, particle or a system of particle, we can say, or an object or a body also we can take. So if this particle is taken, suppose you consider any particle, it may be some apple fruit, apple kaya, jam kaya, whatever maybe it is, any particle you take. So that particle, if you observe, there are two possibilities for the particle to be in it. So one possibility is it may be in equilibrium, and there is a chance for the particle to be in equilibrium, and the other chance is it may be in non-equilibrium. It may be in non-equilibrium. So what is equilibrium state of the particle? What is non-equilibrium state of the particle? So in order to know about this, already say equilibrium state in physics, we can say equilibrium state of a particle is in equilibrium means we can say here the net force or the resultant force acting on the particle is null vector or zero vector. See here net force non-equilibrium means particle is in non-equilibrium means particle net force acting on the particle is not equals to zero. Particle net force acting on the particle is not equal. See, net force is the cause of acceleration. If net force is not equals to 0, then acceleration is also equals to 0. Here net force is not equals to 0 means it implies acceleration also not equals to 0. See here, if net force is 0 and acceleration is also equals to 0, so there are two possibilities for the particle to be in this state. So one of its possibility is here the particle, there is a chance for the particle to be in its state of rest, or there is a chance for the particle to be in its state of uniform motion also. If the particle is in its state of rest, suppose you are seeing a particle here, suppose a particle is there, and in this particle a book lying on the table. Suppose this is a table, and on the book, if we draw free body diagram, if the book is observed to be at rest, so its weight mg is acting vertically downwards. And this weight is, you will observe that this weight is balanced by the normal reaction. So net force acting on the particle is here no horizontal forces are acting. In vertical direction, this normal action is balancing the weight of the body. It is observed that since the book is observed to be at rest, we can say this normal action is balancing this weight. This upward force is balanced by the downward force. So like that net force is 0, so acceleration is also 0. So here net force we write in terms of scalar equation. If I give sign to this, see this is downward positive and this is negative, or upward positive sign I can give negative. So n plus of minus mg, that should be equals to 0. So n is equal to mg. So upward forces are balanced force. So in this state we can say body is said to be in equilibrium. So now coming to this uniform motion also. That means here you see this one everyone can guess. If the particle is at rest, net force acting on it is 0, and acceleration of the particle also is 0. Since the particle is at rest, it is not. But this one you are unable to guess. Here you see, suppose a ball is there, it is rolling on a smooth surface. Suppose this is a smooth surface. If the ball is rolling on a smooth surface, then see what all the forces will act. So again, in Newton's laws of motion we learned. See here, the forces acting on the ball is again its weight, and this weight is balanced by normal direction. We can say weight is balanced by normal direction. Why? Because ball is neither moving upwards nor moving downwards. In vertical direction, if suppose there is net force along vertically upward direction, it should move upwards. If there is a net force along vertically downward direction, then it should move downwards. So since the ball is neither moving upwards nor moving downwards, net force acting along vertical direction is zero. And there are no forces acting along horizontal direction. So overall on the ball, again we can say that the net force is zero. So if net force acting on the particle is zero, but even then also here the particle is in what state of motion? It is in uniform motion. Means the particle is moving with constant velocity. The particle is moving with constant velocity. Here the velocity of the particle is constant. Velocity constant means it is vector quantity. That means magnitude of the velocity is constant, as well as direction of the velocity is also constant. Particle is not changing its direction, not changing its velocity. So this particle continues to be in a state of rest. This particle continues to be in a state of motion until and unless some external force acts on it. So if net force is acting on zero, then acceleration is also zero. So these are the two cases for the possibilities to be for a particle to be in equilibrium. Now coming to non-equilibrium case. This is suppose a car is there, and some particle is there. A car is there, and suppose this car is moving. It starts initially from rest. Later, it gives suppose the particle it gains some velocity, and it is from second to second. Suppose if its velocity is increasing, and there is equal change in velocity, then we can say that the car is increasing its velocity from second. Suppose it starts from rest. After 1 second, suppose if this car's velocity, after 1 second this car's velocity became 10 meter per second. After 2 seconds, car's velocity becomes 20 meter per second. Like this, in equal intervals of time, change in velocity is same. Then we can say that the particle is moving with some acceleration. Here, this velocity is increasing means how this velocity is increasing? If there is some external force acts on the body only, then horizontally some external force is acting on the body. That's why here the particle's velocity is magnitude of velocity here constantly increasing. Even to change the direction of velocity also, some external force should act. So if there is some external force only, there is a possibility to change the either magnitude of velocity or direction of velocity. So here net external force is not equal to zero. Here the acceleration is also zero. If the change in velocity is equal in equal intervals of time, then we can say that the particle is said to be in uniform acceleration. Or if it is not equal, then we can say that the particle is said to be moving with non-uniform acceleration. So here we can say that the particle is in non-equilibrium since net external force is not equal to zero. So all these things why we have to discuss means see here So here what is happening means here just you see. So we are up to now we have learnt that the particle is in. There is a chance for the particle to be in its state of equilibrium. Particle to be in its state of equilibrium, or it may be in non-equilibrium. So which we told that equilibrium means particle may be either at rest or particle is moving with uniform velocity, which we will call it as uniform motion. And this one non-equilibrium means non-uniform motion, where net external force not equals to zero, net acceleration not equals to zero. Here net external force is zero, net external force is zero, net acceleration is zero. So in order to change the particle from equilibrium to non-equilibrium, in order to change the particle from equilibrium to non-equilibrium, suppose particle, let us take this particle which is in equilibrium. If we want to change the particle to non-equilibrium, that means, so suppose the particle is there at rest. In order to change the particle to non-uniform motion, or suppose non-equilibrium, so in order to change the particle from equilibrium to non-equilibrium, then we have non-equilibrium. So what should we do? Some force should, then some push or pull acting on an object is called force. Some force should act. So if the force is changing the magnitude of velocity, and if the magnitude of velocity is increasing, then such a force, let us suppose if a particle, a particle is at rest or uniform motion, and if the particle is changing its state of rest to some changing its state from rest to motion, then in that case its velocity will increase. In that case the force applied is called accelerating force. And suppose in order to stop a body, or in order to bring a body from non-equilibrium state to equilibrium state, that is, suppose a particle is in motion, again you want to bring back the particle to rest, so then also we need to apply some force. In this case the magnitude of velocity decreases, which we will call it as decelerating force, and this is accelerating force. So in order to change a particle from equilibrium to non-equilibrium, or from non-equilibrium to equilibrium, that is rest to motion or motion to rest, whatever maybe it is, so always we require one force. So when the magnitude of velocity is increasing, that force acting on the body, that force is increasing the magnitude of velocity, then such force is accelerating force. It always acts in the direction of velocity. And decelerating force acts in a direction opposite to the direction of velocity and decreases the magnitude of velocity. That point you define. So here, studying about the particles which are in equilibrium and non-equilibrium, under the action of these forces is dealt under a special branch of physics which we will call it as mechanics. So actually mechanics is this one. Whatever the classical mechanics we are saying, this is the, so studying of particles which are in equilibrium and non-equilibrium under the action of forces, whether it is accelerating or decelerating forces, then such type of branch of physics which studies about the particles which are in equilibrium and non-equilibrium under the action of these forces is called mechanics. So again, this mechanics is subdivided into, we can say this is again subdivided into two branches. One is statics and another one is dynamics. Statics and dynamics. Statics, as the name implies, it deals with the particles which are at rest or in uniform motion. So statics deals with the particles which are in equilibrium. Actually statics deals with the particles which are in equilibrium. Dynamics deals with the particles which are the behavior of the motion of it deals with the particles which are in non-equilibrium. So statics deals with the particles which are in equilibrium, that is, it deals with the particles which are in rest or uniform motion. Dynamics deals with the particles which are in non-uniform motion. In this dynamics also, again it is subdivided into two branches. One is kinetics and another is kinematics. Actually statics deals with the analysis of loads. So suppose how just one simple example I will give for the statics. Suppose a body is there here, this body is in equilibrium you are saying. So if this body is in equilibrium, you applied some force F here, and this body is in equilibrium, and suppose this is mg and this is normal direction, and mg normal direction, suppose this is 5 kg body. 5 kg body means this mg is equal to 50 Newton around, and also 50, and here some coefficient, if this is rough surface, coefficient of friction is suppose half, 0.5. Then some frictional force will also act here. That frictional force we will calculate by using the formula mu into n. So frictional force will get mu into half into n into 50, this is 25. So this is 25 Newton. So what is the value of F? So if the body is in equilibrium, so the remaining forces are known. Here 4 forces are acting on the body. F, N, mg and frictional force. So out of these four forces, three forces are known to us. N, mg and frictional force are known to us. So what is the value of F? So based on the condition that the particle is in equilibrium, we can say the horizontal forces are balanced, vertical forces are balanced. So here N is equal to 50 and mg is equal to 50. Horizontal forces are balanced, then only the particle is in equilibrium. So F should be equals to frictional force. Frictional force on which we got 25 Newton. So we can write F is equal to 25 Newton based on the condition. So like this we can deal the problems which are in equilibrium by using the statics. In dynamics we'll learn about kinetics and kinematics. So here what is the main difference between kinetics and kinematics means in kinetics in kinematics, suppose if a particle is there, in kinematics if a particle is there which is vertically thrown upwards, suppose if a particle is thrown upwards, then what will happen? Suppose this particle is thrown upwards with an initial velocity 40 meter per second. So as the particle is moving upwards, you will observe the particle's velocity decreases from second to second, and finally its velocity becomes zero at its highest point. So that is its velocity decreases from second to second. Starting t is equal to 0, 40 meter per second. After 1 second 30, after 2 seconds its velocity becomes 20 meter per second. After 3 seconds its velocity becomes 10 meter per second. And again after 4 seconds its velocity completely becomes 0 after 4 seconds at its highest point. Again after 4 seconds it reverses its direction of motion and again it falls back to its initial point of projection. So it reverses its direction of motion. As again it is coming back, its velocity slowly increases from 0 meter per second to 10 meter per second. Later it increases to 20. Like that, see, if you observe, while going upwards the particle is in uniformly decelerated motion. While coming downwards the particle is uniformly accelerated motion. It is increasing the magnitude of velocity. While going upwards, decreasing the magnitude. So here, so in kinematics, it only describes the behavior of motion of the body. So it has two journeys, upward journey, downward journey. In upward journey, the particle is in uniform deceleration. From second to second, its velocity is decreasing and finally reaching to 0 at its highest point. At the highest point, it reverses its direction of motion, and again from highest point, from second to second, its velocity goes on increasing from 10 to 20 to 30, 30 to 40, and again reaches to the initial point of position with the same initial velocity as it was given to it. So telling about or describing the behavior of motion of the body. So kinematics, it describes only the behavior of motion of bodies. It describes only the behavior of motion of bodies. But it won't tell us about the cause of motion. It tells about this one, but it won't tell about cause of motion. Cause of motion means it is actually force. So cause of motion is not discussed in kinematics. It won't worry or it won't tell us. Suppose why the magnitude of velocity is decreasing while going up, why the magnitude of velocity is increasing while coming down. So why the particle is, how can you say that the particle is in uniform deceleration? How can you say the particle is in uniform acceleration? For all these, why, when, how, for all these questions answer is not given in kinematics. For all these questions where answer is given, in kinetics it is given. Kinetics not only describes the behavior of motion of bodies, so it also tells us. So kinetics, it describes the behavior of motion of bodies and also tells us about the cause of motion also. It also tells us about cause of motion also. So this is. So in our next class we shall start our kinematics session, and we are going to learn about kinematics in one dimension, later in two dimensional motion, and later we are going to learn about Newton's laws of motion, which tells us cause of motion and all. So thank you for watching.